Hi, my name is Ken Flamer and I'm with Black Child Development Institute, the Charlotte affiliate. It's a pleasure to be with you again. I have a really great book again, yes. And for those of you who saw me read last time, you may recognize the name. This book is called I Lost My Tooth in Africa. And it is by Penda Diakite. Penda Diakite is the daughter of Baba Wague Diakite, who wrote The Hat Seller and the Monkeys. Well, his daughter, Penda, wrote this book, and her dad, Baba Wague Diakite, he did all of the illustrations. So, I Lost My Tooth in Africa. And this book is actually dedicated to Penda's family, and she was inspired to write this story because of her sister. Her sister's name is Amina. So, hi, my name is Amina. I live in Portland, Oregon, which is in the United States. Today we are flying to Africa to visit my father's family in Bamako, Mali. Africa is very far from our home in Portland, Oregon. It takes 2 days, 3 planes, and 3 different continents to get there. Right before landing in Mali, I discover I have a wiggly tooth. My dad says, if you lose a tooth in Africa and put it under a gourd. What's a gourd? A gourd's like a pumpkin, or sometimes it's like squash. But if you take your tooth, if you lose it in Africa, if you put it under a gourd, you will get a chicken from the African tooth fairy. Yes, a chicken. I really want to lose my tooth, she says, in Africa. So I try little tricks with my tongue to help it come out faster, but nothing happens. When we arrive in Africa, my aunts and uncles and cousins are here to greet us. They all live together in one compound with Nana, my grandmom. It's very hot here and the ground is a beautiful sandy orange. Outside our compound, there are donkeys and goats and lots of chickens. The rooster never stops crowing. But guess what? I wiggle and wiggle my tooth. I can't wait to have my own chicken. Aunt Kaja has made some of my favorite foods for dinner. It's rice and onion sauce with African eggplant and tiny noodles. We all eat together around one big bowl. Everyone eats with their right hand. Sometimes, and if you're lucky, you get a piece of meat. When I eat, I can feel my tooth moving, but it refuses to come out. By evening, the world begins to quiet down. The family is home and the neighbors come by to greet us. The stars shine brightly and the moon glows like a street lamp. Friends sit in groups in the courtyard, playing games, telling stories, and braiding hair. Sometimes Grandma Nana sings songs. As the sky darkens, I climb into my bamboo bed, and after a few stories from my dad, I drift off to sleep. I hope my tooth doesn't fall out at night. When the first golden rays of the sun, the noisy rooster begins to crow. How was that for a rooster? It's time to get up. The first thing we do every morning in Africa is greet Grandma Nana and receive blessings from her. She takes my hand and holds it gently as she begins a long list of benedictions. Do you know what a benediction is? Prayers. May you rise high with strength and knowledge. Amen. Amen, I respond after each one. After breakfast, I run outside to brush my teeth at the papaya tree. That way I can water the tree as I brush. Suddenly, there is a funny feeling in my mouth. My tongue instantly finds a gap where a tooth had been. Oh, I hope I hadn't swallowed it. Where is my tooth? I look down. It's on the ground. I pick it up and run to show my parents. My mom is surprised. My dad helps me place it under a calabash gourd. Remember I told you a gourd is like a pumpkin. Behind the bedroom window. I am so proud. I lost my tooth in Africa. a shiny white tooth. Soon I will have a chicken of my very, very own. All morning, I play Tiriji Tilon with my cousins, waiting for a chicken to come. But nothing happens. We eat lunch and take a short nap. Still no chicken. We take a walk by the little creek to check the gardens. Bananas are turning ripe, and the minoic, see these large leaves? The minoic is growing very tall. We huddle together to watch a busy weaver bird building its hanging nest in a palm tree. When we get home, it's already time to take our bucket baths. The day is almost finished, but no chicken has come. Finally, I go to take back my tooth. Yes, to go take back my tooth. I felt so sad. Maybe the African tooth fairy has forgotten me. Here's a picture of her. That's the gourd. But right as I turn over the calabash, 2 chickens pop out. 1 rooster and 1 hen. I am so happy. I called to my mom and my dad. They are so excited. And Dad says the rooster is more black than white. Mom says the hen is more white than black. Right away, I take care of my chickens. I feed them and give them water. My mom and dad help me build a little house for them under the stairway that leads to Grandma Nana's roof. We make adobe bricks and stack them on top of one another. Then we find an old sheet of tin to use as a roof. Early one morning, I open my chicken coop. There, I see them. White oval eggs in the nest on the dirt floor. I shout, "Shakali, shakali, eggs, eggs." Uncle Modibo says that means that chicks will hatch in 21 days. I wonder if I will see them before I leave. When I help Aunt Sally with the meals, the chickens always cluster around my feet. I stick a handful of millet and rice for them. You know what millet is? Millet is like a form of a grain. So yes, chickens love grain. I like to also peel vegetables because I can feed the peelings to my chickens. When I finish with the vegetables, I swoosh tomatoes with my hands for good tasting sauce and cut squash and cabbage into big quarters so Aunt Sally can boil them. Later that day, my hen has laid more eggs. That makes me smile because I know my chickens are happy in my home. One evening, the hen is squawking. I run outside. The pheasant is trying to steal her eggs. I shoo it away. That pheasant is very crafty and very fast. I have to watch her very carefully. When I go to sleep that night, I dream about little chicks hatching. I'm getting so excited to see what they will look like. Finally, one morning, my dad tells me it is our last day in Africa. We have to go back to America. I slowly say goodbye to the things I will miss. Konbe, I say to the mango tree. Konbe, I say to the little creek. Konbe, I say to Africa. When the time comes to leave, I am very sad. I say goodbye to my African family and friends. Slowly, I walk to the chicken coop to say goodbye to my chickens. Here's the picture of her with all her family. Then I see it. An egg is hatching. A tiny, wet chick peeks out from a white egg. Shady, Shading, I shout. Chicks, chicks, everyone come see. And they all congratulate me. Look. Just then, another egg hatches. I am so happy, but I'm very sad too. I don't want to leave my chickens behind. Don't worry, Amina, says Uncle Madu. I'll take good care of them. When you come back, your chicks will be old enough to lay eggs for you. So I smile so big you can see the empty space where my tooth is missing. And right away, I begin to count the days until we come back to Africa. Isn't that a great story? That's a really great story. I would just remind you, as we've said, after all of the readings, take about 15 minutes, at least 15 minutes each day, to dive into a great book, a great story. Read it yourself or ask a family member to read it to you. Also visit readcharlotte.org, and by all means visit the Black Child Development Institute website, because we have some fantastic ideas for you while you're home. Thank you, and until the next time, I'll see you. Bye.